Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here. Well, the United Nations organization, UNESCO, has an announcement to make. And this particular announcement basically emboldens the idea that the United Nations has the authority and the power to make rules and regulations and laws over the United States of America. Never mind the fact that we have politicians who we Americans elect to make our laws. No, never mind that fact. The UN and UNESCO believe that they have a right to make laws over the United States of America because they are doing it to, quote, save the world. Not only that, but as you're about to see, this new UNESCO emboldened idea basically promotes that they're allowed to, well, give criminal charges and basically persecute anyone in the United States or even the globe who believes in a certain way. But before I get into the report, just a quick break. Many health experts now agree that consuming collagen is as crucial as it gets when it comes to renewing and revitalizing how you feel. And look, in fact, it's being touted as the best supplement to ever hit the planet. This stuff, collagen, helps not only your hair and nails grow, but it also helps your joints. It helps you remove that unwanted cellulite and even increases your metabolism. This is why I make sure that I take collagen. However, I'm very picky about the collagen that I take and use because a lot of the collagen supplements that you can buy in stores don't even work and have no benefit. This is why I want to encourage you to get your collagen from healthwithlisa.com. I actually use and support BioTrust. Now this stuff is amazing. You can see I've got a packet here myself. It's already opened because I use it on a daily basis. But this stuff can be mixed in hot or cold fluid and it has 5 different types of collagen in it. This stuff is amazing. So it's not just, one type of collagen, but it's a mix and a slew and it absolutely has amazing reviews and it literally has helped my skin. You guys might have noticed in watching some of my videos. But here's how it works. So you guys can see that I too take it myself. You put 1 scoop. I've got my coffee here into the coffee. It's just that easy. And you can do it in hot or cold. It doesn't matter. But once you've stirred it, you can take your spoon out and then it is good to go. And then you just drink it up. And I'm gonna have my sip now. Truly good. And I can't even taste it in my coffee. As you can see, I truly believe in this product and that's why I've partnered with BioTrust. So get on over right now to Health with Lisa. Check it out. There's actually a free video that you can watch on the website. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. Go to healthwithlisa.com and, well, back to the report. So just what is this UNESCO announcement? How about the fact that they want to criminalize and prosecute anyone who denies climate change? Take a look at this article here on UNESCO.org. Climate crimes must be brought to justice. Climate denial has increased the risk of catastrophic global change. Should international criminal law be used against those who promote this dangerous trend? Economic and political leaders can no longer pretend it is business as usual. Whether they actively induce environmental harm or just ignore the existential threat against the survival of the human species, states and corporations must be held accountable for their actions or inactions regarding climate change. In other words, if you don't go along with Agenda 2030 and Agenda 21 and the climate change, global warming, global cooling hoax, well, then you're the reason that catastrophe has hit the earth and you should be held responsible and you should have criminal charges that just might be jail time. Never mind the fact, right, that there is science that proves global warming and global cooling are a complete farce. No, no, no. If you don't go along with Agenda 2030, you are guilty and you could be prosecuted. This is what the United Nations is putting forth through UNESCO and their ideals. But it doesn't stop there. Let me read a little further because I think every part of this is imperative. And it says this: I have proposed that international criminal law should be expanded to include a new criminal offense that I call postercide. It is committed by intentional or reckless conduct fit to bring about the extinction of humanity. Postercide is committed when a humanity is put at risk of extinction by conduct performed either with the intention of making humanity go extinct or with the knowledge that the conduct is fit to have that effect. When a person knows that their conduct will impose an impermissible risk on another and acts anyway, then they are reckless. It is the domain of reckless conduct making climate change worse that we should look for postercidal conduct. It doesn't stop there, it goes on. But who should be prosecuted for postercide? We could start by examining the established international network of well-funded organizations devoted to organized climate denial. The epicenter of this activity is in the United States. Big words there. It's the U.S.'s fault. But we go on. A set of conservatives, you darn Christian conservatives, right? A set of conservative think tanks has deliberately deceived the public and policymakers about the reality of climate change. Their ideology-driven climate denial has been heavily funded by the fossil fuel industry. Wait now. Which include, for examples, Koch Industries and ExxonMobil. This climate denial has had a significant impact on public opinion and has impeded legislation to tackle climate change. It's the fault of the U.S. It's the fault of conservatives. You see how they just always throw conservative and Christian values in the pile, right? It doesn't matter everything, even though it has nothing to do with that. But hey, it's the U.S.'s fault, and we need to start prosecuting, according to this article, climate deniers. You see, what is this so-called postercide that they're writing about on this United Nations organization website? What are they saying here? Well, basically, this is what postercide looks like, right? Take any natural disaster, because we always have changes in the climate, not the Agenda 2030 kind, but we have changes all the time, right? Take this postercide. What does postercide look like? Well, any natural disaster will be blamed on climate deniers. That's what postercide is. So if you have a flood in Texas, for example, and 100 people die in this flood, they start pointing the finger at climate deniers. It's your fault for spreading misinformation. It's not misinformation. They will call it such. It's your fault and you need to be punished because 100 people died in Texas because you denied climate change. No, that's a natural disaster. Never mind the fact that there's floods in Texas every freaking year on multiple occasions. Yearly, they have them a lot. But they're going to start pointing the finger at climate deniers, at conservatives, at the United States of America. Why do they go after the U.S. so much? Because we are the last country who is free. Why is Bernie Sanders comparing the U.S. to all these other countries? Well, they have a healthcare system and they have a healthcare system. Screw that. And he's trying to say we need to be like other countries. No, other countries need to start moving in our direction. Let's get this right, Mr. Sanders. And stop confusing our young people. But that's a side note. I got sidetracked. But that's what postercide is. Basically, let's take natural events, volcanoes, earthquakes, floods, and blame it on the climate deniers. And then what will happen? Everybody on the world's going to point the finger at the climate deniers because the globalists told them to. That's the way mind games work. And this is what's being proposed, you see? And it's funny how they put the United States as the main emissions offender, if you will, when China far exceeds us, but not one finger at the communist country. Why aren't they pointing it at China? Because China is doing everything they want. They're a communist country, they're suppressing their people, and they're showing their people, basically, who the leaders are. And that's what I believe they want to do on a global scale. But the article goes on to even gives an example of this kind of
poster side offense. And it states here, should Rex Tillerson, the former CEO of ExxonMobil, who also served as U.S. Secretary of State, Charles Koch, and David Koch, the owners of Koch Industries, be tried for the crime of poster side at the ICC. Their vicarious criminal liability would be generated by their authorization of multiple acts of climate denial by others, without which early aggressive political action on climate change would have been more likely. So what have they done there? They basically took Rex Tillerson, hey, the ExxonMobil guy, let's get the poster child for it all, and let's call it a criminal act. Basically what they've done is put themselves above United States rules, regulations, and policies and said, we're going to criminalize the politicians in the U.S. Who gave them the right to do that? Are we not our own country, or are we already a new world order? Which I think, obviously, in some way, shape, or form, we are, you see. For them to even suggest that at that level is unheard of. But one last thing that they conclude in this article, and I've got to read it because it's so forward and just crazy. But it says this in conclusion: climate denial has seriously impeded aggressive mitigation efforts that could have averted our present climate emergency. That doesn't exist. It has magnified the risk that humanity locks in to catastrophic global climate change. The people in positions of authority in states or industrial groups whose lies have put us and our descendants into peril should be held accountable. The damage that climate deniers do is heinous, and they have no excuses. The time has come to prosecute them for postercide. In other words, you're prosecuted for what you believe. You have no right to believe if climate change is a hoax. You have to go along with the narrative. Kind of sounds like something they're trying to do with vaccines right now, right? You can't be against vaccines. You have to believe in them. You have to also believe in climate change. It's coming. So it's not coming, it's here. It's the same thing they're doing with Jesus Christ and religion and everything else. This is basically carbon copy of what's going on in China. But this is rules coming from the UN group. Now, this article was written by a young woman, and it says it was written by her, and she wrote this book. So it's an opinion piece. However, the fact that the UNESCO has allowed this opinion piece on their website means that they agree with it. Otherwise, they wouldn't put something so risky. You see, here's the thing. They've already suggested this kind of stuff at meetings and public offices. If you've ever watched any of the United Nations stuff, this is already being proposed. Now, they've not taken action on it, but this is one step in the direction of feeding it to the public before they do it. But before they start pushing the laws, they have to start playing the blame game. They have to say, it's Lisa Haven's fault and Alex Jones' fault and Trump's fault because they don't believe in climate change and they're climate deniers. It's their fault. And once they get the fault blamed and the world believes it, believes their lie, then they can pass their cards and play their cards of persecuting and criminalizing people for their beliefs. This is a straight up offense against our First Amendment. But what does that mean anymore? Americans, a lot of Americans, not you guys, are just walking all over our freaking Constitution like nothing. Anyhow, you could see how passionate I am about this, and this is a critical report that I'm going to ask you to share with everyone you know. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.